KHQA This Morning. It's your news now.
Welcome back at 5:15. Well, a lot of people are going to be shipping their gifts out if you're not going to visit your relatives. And this morning, Kristen Aguirre is out and about this morning talking a little bit about that. Kristen, what's up?
Yep, yesterday we learned how to wrap your packages, and now today we are shipping them out through UPS. Today's supposed to be the busiest day in its history. They are going to send out 28 million packages. And coming up later in the show, we are going to show you how to properly pack your package to make sure it gets to your relatives or loved ones by Christmas Eve.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Kristen Aguirre, who's out and about shipping your presents this morning. How's it going?
Well, yesterday we showed you how to wrap your gifts, and today we are showing you how to ship them out. If you want them there by Christmas Eve, you better come to UPS and ship them out today, because today is probably one of the last days that they can get them out.
Yes, you have to ship second day air today to get them there by Christmas Eve, and tomorrow is really the last chance, and you have to do next day air to get
Ooh, and that's probably a little bit pricey.
Yeah, a little bit, but...
So today's supposed to be your busiest day ever. You guys are supposed to send out 28 million packages today. So this is your first Christmas season here at this store, right?
Yes, it is, and it's been very busy. But
how many packages, how many people have you guys seen?
Lots. It's been close to 800 customers so far.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And you guys are doing, there's double pickups during this time, right?
Yes, we have one driver come at 3 p.m. and then another at 6. So.
And so what are some tips that people need to know when they're coming here to send out their packages?
There's nothing really. You can bring them in wrapped and we'll pack them up for you and take care of everything. So really you don't have to do much. Just bring them in and we'll take care of it.
And you guys can pretty much ship anything. I learned already that they could ship food.
Yep.
And you guys also have kind of a claim that if you pack it, you guys will be, the packages will be 100% covered, right?
Yes. If we pack the package, it's covered 100% damaged, lost, anything. So it's a pretty good deal. So.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, coming up later in the show, we are going to show you how they pack those packages and what you need to know, and hopefully there's a big tub of peanuts I can jump into.
I hope that there's a big tub of peanuts for her to jump into as well. Thanks this morning. Shipping some packages.
Learning what you need to know to make sure your packages arrive to their destination on Christmas Eve. With me now is Jessica Lamb, who's the store manager here at the UPS on Broadway. And you guys, people can actually bring in their packages already packed up, right?
Yes, they can.
But if they go with you, you guys are 100%
yeah, we
covered.
cover 100% of damage and loss if we pack.
Okay, so why don't we show everyone at home how you guys pack things, but they can use some of these tips when they're packing up their items.
Yes.
So what we're going to pack up first is I have this lovely perfume that my sister bought me, and it's half used, and I'm going to send it to her for Christmas. Merry Christmas, Caitlin. Okay, so.
Okay, so.
Depending on what size, so this is it's kind of big, but.
Yeah, but it could work.
Okay.
So we just take the bottom, and depending on how breakable it is, you would want to wrap it in bubble wrap.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna love this present.
And then you can go ahead and put some peanuts in there.
There's no giant tub of peanuts, but at least I get to play with them a little bit. So just kind of...
You just coat the bottom a little bit.
Oh, like just a little bit?
Like an inch.
Like an inch.
Inch or
See,
two.
if I did this, I would have the whole box filled with peanuts.
And then you place stuff in there.
Oh, I'm sending her my wallet, too. There's no money in those accounts, Caitlin, so...
And then you would just fill the rest with the peanuts. And
oh,
you
really?
can actually break the box down so it would be snug, so there's less room for it to move around.
Is this enough peanuts?
Yes. That's fine.
She's going to like the peanuts more than the half-used perfume bottle.
We always tape the edges, too, to ensure that nothing can get in to damage the item.
How many packages have you guys seen here go out?
Lots. Like, I don't...
Ooh, hundreds, I'm guessing. Well, I'm going to continue to play with some of this bubble wrap. And coming up later in the show, I am actually going to challenge Jessica to, yet again, another race. And see who can pack a package the fastest.
All right, well, I don't know if you noticed, but her wallet was also in there.
I did that. So she's also sending cash to her sister, apparently.
And credit cards and her license.
I know.
So, Caitlin, you're in luck this Christmas.
I know.
Looks like you're getting a lot of money. Live this morning packing your holiday gifts. Kristen?
Yep, I am here learning all the tips that you need to know to make sure your fragile items get to their destinations intact. With me now, Jessica Lamb, manager here at the UPS store on Broadway in Quincy. What do we need to do to make sure that those fragile items get to their destinations?
You want to use a lot of bubble wrap.
Yes,
And
I love bubble wrap.
double box fragile items always, and do at least 4 inches of padding around the inside
So
of
this
the second box.
This is, like you said, this is the double box.
Yes, you would wrap the item, put it inside a smaller box with peanuts or whatever.
So this one would have to be in a little bit more though, right?
Yeah, it would.
Oh, okay.
And then you would do 4 inches of padding along the inside of that box
So this will be
to ensure it wouldn't rattle around. And
so definitely not get around. This looks really fragile. This is the kind of martini glass that I need. Just kidding. So that would have to go in there. So you guys have shipped a ton of different fragile items. I mean, I learned today that you guys ship food. What is the weirdest thing you've ever shipped?
The weirdest, I don't know. We ship a lot of car bumpers, which is kind of weird to me. And then
Really?
A really old vintage TV we shipped once, so it's like really old.
But UPS, you guys ship pianos. I mean, you guys
Yes.
basically ship anything.
Anything. Yep.
But there are some things that UPS does not ship.
Yeah. We don't accept any hazardous materials, such as flammable liquids, radioactive materials, explosives, compressed gases, stuff of that nature. We won't ship that.
So basic hazardous materials.
Yes.
So I shouldn't be sending any hazardous materials.
No.
What could happen if that happened?
It's not, it's just dangerous for the drivers as well as, if it goes air, being up in the air,
Right.
it could cause a lot of problems. So we just advise against it. So.
All right, well, coming up later in the show, I've learned all my tips on how to properly pack a package, and I'm going to challenge Jessica to a box off, and I'm going to see who can pack the fastest.
Well, if it's anything like yesterday, I think Jessica is going to have no problem beating you. Actually, Kristen, I have a lot of faith in you. You're going to do fantastic. Kristen Aguirre is out live this morning. Kristen, what are you up to?
I am here at UPS learning tips to make sure you know how to pack your packages and they arrive at your destination by Christmas Eve. Well, all morning we've been learning those tips, and now I'm challenging Jessica to a little bit of a pack off. We both have our perfumes, and we are going to do a who can pack the fastest in 30 seconds. So what is the steps we need to do again?
Take the box, wrap the perfume, put some peanuts in, put the perfume in, more peanuts, and then close.
All right. I got this, guys. So we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock again. Cameraman Mark is going to count us down. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, 15 seconds has gone by. This tape is crazy. It sticks to everything. Oh no. No! Jessica totally showed me up. Oh, she is an expert though. She is. How many boxes do you box up a day?
Oh gosh, easily 50 or
50?
so. Yeah.
Do you
It's a lot.
go that fast every time?
Yes.
Really?
You have to, so you don't get overwhelmed.
Oh, see, I don't feel that bad because she practices this phrase every single day. So when people are packing, what is probably the best tip that you could give them?
Just if you're packing it yourself, I would say just use a lot of bubble wrap, a lot of protective stuff if it's breakable, and a lot of tape on your box.
And so today is the last day that they can get stuff there?
Actually, tomorrow would be. Today, to get it there by Christmas Eve, you have to ship second day air, and tomorrow it would be next day air. So.
And next day is a little bit
pricey, but be worth it to get the gifts there by Christmas Eve. So.
All right, well, coming up later in the show, we're going to hear again some last-minute tips on what you need to know to make sure your gifts arrive safe and at their destination on time for Christmas.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Well, Doc Holliday, what are you up to?
Yeah, I am here at UPS learning some tips on what you need to know to make sure your holiday packages get to their destination intact and on time for Christmas. So what are some last minute tips you would give people when they're packing up, or whether they're bringing it here or packing up themselves?
I would just say use lots of bubble wrap and packing materials. For anything extra fragile, I'd say make sure you double box it.
If people do not have these peanuts or the bubble wrap, what are newspaper? Like, what can they use?
No, they can come here and we sell that actually, or some other stores do as well. I wouldn't recommend newspaper and stuff. It doesn't provide as much protection.
So definitely get those peanuts and
yes.
the bubble wrap.
Yes.
God, I'm gonna have to steal some of that bubble wrap and take it home. And then for extra fragile items, what do you recommend they do?
Just double box, putting the item in a snug fitting box, and then placing it in a larger box with 4 inches of padding around the outside. So
people can box everything up themselves, but they can also bring it here, and you guys do that.
Yep, and we can take care of all of it, and it's a lot less stressful for them, I think.
And then when people come here, there are just a few things that they need to remember that they can't ship. So no hazardous materials.
Yeah, no hazardous materials, such as flammable liquids and...
Right. Because UPS does ground delivery and also air delivery. That's
yes.
why it's so important.
Yes.
Okay, and then lastly, if they want it by Christmas Eve, what do they need to do?
They need to get in today or tomorrow and ship next day air to make sure you get it there by Christmas.
All right, so you heard it here. If you want your gifts delivered on time for the holidays, make sure you visit their UPS store today or tomorrow to make sure that they get their gifts.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Now,
don't let the stress of holiday shipping get you boxed in. We're learning tips to make sure your presents get there on time. Your Thursday morning starts now. Well, all morning we've been learning ways to pack your fragile holiday gifts. And coming up after the break, there's some last-minute tips on what you need to know to make sure they get there on time for Christmas. You're watching KHQA This Morning.